That's a police officer.
Non li vogliamo assolutamente, non vogliamo questo mondo, quindi che li tengano, anzi li rinchiudano tutti perché sono dei pazzi, nazisti, fascisti e poco.
Italians, like everybody else around the world, have seen the videos and images of the ICE violence on the streets of America. So there's a lot of concern. The Italian government, led by the right-wing Giorgia Meloni prime minister, they're trying to downplay it. Italian foreign minister Antonio Tajani said that this is sort of, a regular thing that happens, and it has happened before, and that ICE will not be enforcing immigration here. There's a lot of alarm throughout Europe as to what ICE is doing, but particularly in countries that lived under fascist regimes. And of course, there's a lot of concern in the United States that this is the beginning of the rise of fascism.
These are the scenes in Italy.
I am both American and Italian, and I certainly did not move to Italy to get ICE agents here. It's not for Olympic security. We already have a security agency called the Secret Service. If they're good enough to protect the president, they're good enough to protect our athletes. We do not need killers in Italy or Milan.
Locals are peeved with ICE's presence.
They're part of a bigger team, diplomatic protection team, helping out with US officials whenever they go on assignment overseas. Now, the US says they are there to provide operational support, but obviously you will have seen footage in the last few weeks of stuff happening in Minneapolis in the US with ICE doing all sorts of things that obviously caused uproar around the world. And we've seen a lot of reaction from particularly the left wing. Local politicians, activists, people starting petitions online on this as well. Milan mayor said that they're not welcome in the city.
Un corpo di polizia che agisce nella totale illegalità, a parte che uccide.
Obviously they're hosting the Olympics, so that's quite important that he says that.
As local media reported,
Tell me about your sign you've got here.
I think I wanted to make something, a message that was like clear and easy to read, that clearly shows that ICE don't really approve the behavior of ICE agents in the US, so that's why I came here today.
Dovrebbe essere un momento in cui calm down, si pensa allo sport, ci si unisce davanti allo sport e magari si inizia anche un po' a ragionare e a cambiare atteggiamento su tante cose, ci si apre. Lo sport serve a questo, non serve per far passare altri messaggi se non di pace e di tolleranza, di apertura, e l'ICE non è assolutamente questo e non c'è bisogno.
The local reaction has prompted the Italian government to react and to clarify the role that ICE will have here during the Winter Olympics.
DHS has said it will be supporting the US State Department's diplomatic security service and Italian authorities, who will take the lead in securing operations.
The protest has been very peaceful. There are people here from all walks of life.
no one wants them there except J.D. Vance and the United States federal government.
ICE agents in Italy are not having a good time, and it's a beautiful thing to see. So just let me first of all say thank you to the Italians who are out in the streets protesting against ICE and beating the out of them. It's beautiful to see. It's disappointing to know that your prime minister, Meloni, was saying that the people who are protesting against ICE were not Italian. And this is part of the weird thing I'm seeing in Europe that I don't understand, which is you're seeing firsthand what happens when you backslide into fascism. And yet, Italy and then Germany and places like the UK seem to be following in the footsteps of America's mistake, and it's concerning. But I will tell you this stuff gives me hope. The way they approach this gives me hope for the future. It gives me hope that Europe won't do what's happening here. So I just want to say thank you. It's wonderful to know that ICE agents are in another country. They don't understand the language and they're getting their kicked out of them. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you, Italians. Thank you, everybody who protests, and just keep it up if you can, please.
The LA Times has more from Milan. Italian police fired tear gas and a water cannon at dozens of protesters who threw firecrackers and tried to access a highway near a Winter Olympics venue. The brief confrontation came at the end of a peaceful march by thousands, highlighting the environmental impact of the Winter Games and the presence of the United States' immigration and customs enforcement agents in the country. The Vance family would visit Da Vinci's The Last Supper, which was quite a distance from the protest that denounced the deployment of ICE agents to provide security for the United States delegation. ICE has drawn international condemnation, rightfully so, for its role in the Trump admin's aggressive immigration crackdown in majority blue cities, including the fatal shooting of Renee Good and Alex Preddy in Minneapolis. The AP would report United States Homeland Security Investigations, an ICE unit that focuses on cross-border crimes, frequently sends its officers to overseas events like the Olympics to assist with security. The ICE arm at the forefront of the immigration crackdown in the U.S., known as Enforcement and Removal Operations, or ERO, as we have seen on many agents' backs. And there is no indication its officers are being sent to Italy, though it appears that is not true. Maloney would say, then there are those who are enemies of Italy and Italians. The protesters demonstrate against the Olympics, causing these images to end up on televisions around the world, after others cut the railway cables to prevent the trains from leaving. Additionally, not just because of ICE, thousands of people have taken to the streets once more to protest climate change and this excessive spending that has gone on in the country. Sadly, that last video is true of Maloney. There is a lot to take away here. The first is people in the host city and the host country are peeved with our presence. Not just with ICE, that is a big one, of course, but also wherever JD Vance goes, no matter if it is women's hockey to the opening ceremony and many more events, he is getting booed. We had multiple reporters tweeting that he got booed. And yet NBC, per some outlets, cut the footage or changed it so the boos were drowned out. Inexcusable, and another network that is bending the knee to fascism. On top of this, the reason why so many Italians are upset is, number one, they are fighting their own version of fascism. Maloney has roots, family roots in fascism. But they don't like what's going on in the country. They have even chanted at one point, Bella Ciao, to Maloney when she was about to give a speech. And what is quite symbolic, I must say, is the Italians see the Americans' efforts in fighting against ICE. And one thing that really just struck a chord with me is the whistles. Seeing the whistles, hearing them during those protests is just, it's a strong symbolic moment that I noticed, and I hope you noticed too. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.